Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly Crypto Empire live stream. My name is Connor and this is where we dominate the crypto market. I apologize for the rough intro right there. I'm not sure what's happening with my OBS, but we will get it sorted out and we will continue carrying on nonetheless because it is Sunday. This is the weekly Crypto Empire week review, so we do have a lot to cover this Sunday live stream. I do want to thank everybody for being here. Wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, I'm very grateful that you took some time out of your weekend to join me here on the Crypto Empire YouTube channel. Now, before we proceed any further, please go ahead and smash up that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below and also turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. I can see we already do have a ton of hype in the chat today. Already have 27 viewers and 7 likes. Definitely get that like button up to par. Smash it right now. I can see we got Dre in here, we have Woody, we have Eli, we have Glasshopper77 saying let's get some hype in the chat. Absolutely. We got Jay Whalen, we got Jazzy, we got Naveen. Naveen saying hello Connor, thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. I like your videos, best of luck. I hope Crypto Empire grows to new heights with your hard work. Naveen, I am eternally grateful for your support. The thing is, I don't believe in luck. I believe in taking action and making things happen. But I'm very grateful that I have you along the journey with me, Naveen. Thank you for your support. We got Dre out there. And let's see what else. We got Elvis making an appearance in the live stream. What's up, Elvis? Saying it's been a while. Good to see you, Elvis. And we got Samir as well. Anti-Corporation. All the usual Crypto Empire community members are here. Awesome to see everybody. Smash up that like button. We got Linda in here as well. Linda saying thanks for the updates from the UK. You're welcome, Linda. We got NCN. What's up, NCN? We got Rigoberto is here as well. Milton. Everybody's here, man. Everybody is here. Let's get right to business. Let's not waste any more time here and head into the crypto market overview. So taking a look at the crypto market, Bitcoin did actually lose its major support level overnight. However, it's working to reclaim it right now. It did have a nice bounce from the Fibonacci, the 78.6% Fib retracement. I'll be showing you what I mean by that in just one moment. Before we do get into the charts, let's just see what's happening with the market to get our bearings straight. So Bitcoin trading at 28 grand, Ethereum trading for $1,517. BNB 265. So everything is red, everything is down right now as expected, right? That should not be a surprise to anybody watching these streams, as I've been here every single day over the past week telling you we are headed lower and that prophecy is now coming to fruition. Taking a look at today's top gainers, we can see we have NEO, the Chinese Ethereum, back from the dead, up 13% on the day right now with a strong bounce. Number 64 in market cap, trading at $12.41. We do also have FTX, Zcash, Celo, all up today, but all single digits, so no real big moves here. And looking at the losers, we have Phantom. Phantom's going to at least 10 cents most likely, down 14% on the day, 31% on the week. ApeCoin as well, down 9%. STEPN down 9.3%. So a lot of red in here, and that is to be expected with Bitcoin and Ethereum heading down lower. With that being said, it's time to hop into the charts and take a look at the technical analysis, which is what I'm sure a lot of people are probably here for, right? Everybody wants to know what's going to happen next. What is the next big move, the big macro move on Bitcoin? Because as you can see, the title of this live stream is Bitcoin is setting up for a gigantic macro move, and that is exactly the case. So with that being said, let's get into the charts and go over my technical analysis right now. All right, so we are looking at the chart. Before I do get into this, I do want to catch up with the live chat. Let's see what's going on. Anti-Corporation. Hey, Connor. Hope you're well, brother. Much love, respect, and gratitude as always, brother. Same right back to you, my man. Thank you very much. Rigoberto. Price drops. I'm getting more happy. See, Rigoberto's got the right mindset because Rigoberto understands that lower prices present better opportunities to get better entries, which means more money down the line when the market flips bullish. Because the bear market is for accumulating crypto. The bull market is for accumulating cash. Most people do it the opposite. Most people spend all their cash throwing it at coins after they've already pumped in the bull market. And then when the bear market rolls around, right? They throw their capital in at the top. Now they're back at ground zero. But Rigoberto understands that the bear market is used for accumulating the crypto, and then in the bull run, you go ahead and sell it for cash. So Rigoberto, you got the right mindset, my man. Shout out to you. We got Mike B 1800 as well saying, yo, what's up, Mike B? How are you? We also got Randy FPV saying, let's make some profit. Let the gains be with you, Randy. That's what we're here to do, nothing else. We mean business here at Crypto Empire. We have our eyes on the prize at all moments in time. If you do as well, hit that like button down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And let's see what else is going on. We got Dalton Moore in here saying, let's get it. Absolutely, let's get it. Emad, what's up, Emad? How are you? And Moby Sage in here as well. What's up, Moby? Happy Sunday. Moby Sage. All right, guys, let's get into my Bitcoin TA right now. So Bitcoin obviously went ahead and it lost its multi-year resistance level, or support level, I should say. Now resistance. We just wait for my chart to, I guess we got to go to a different chart. But so if we look at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, we can go ahead and see that this level over here from last summer, as well as the lows from 2021, have actually been breached. Okay, so we went ahead and we made lower lows now. We broke through a critical structure level, and I do expect the continuation to move downwards still. Now we have bounced. We've bounced exactly, if we go back to the lower time frames, we've bounced exactly at the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement. As you can see right here. Right, we have this overall over 1 month consolidation, and price just broke this critical demand level that I just showed you, going back to the yearly low of 2021. All right, so that's bad news, right? When we see a huge macro level breach like that, we expect continuation to the downside. But if we pull our fib from the high to the low, we can see that price stops nearly exactly at the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement of this fractal right here, $26,700 and about $60. Okay, now we are bouncing. Now, you could have taken this as a long. I did not take this as a long, right? I'm not really interested in taking longs right now. I'm looking for shorts. Because it's one thing if you're scalping, you go for quick moves. But everybody who's been subscribed to Crypto Empire for some time now should know that I'm a swing trader. I don't prefer very short-term, small move day trades. I like hitting the big hits, right? I like to swing the bat. And don't do anything drastic or crazy, but I like to swing trade, right? Because I like to capture larger moves, which is exactly what I have been doing. For example, the Chainlink trade is one big win, and I'm in no hurry to take my next trade right now. It's a huge win, right? Pays for a ton of losses, also a ton of profits, and I know after the big wins come the biggest losses from personal experience in the past. So I'm in no rush to start crazy opening positions right now. I do have my eyes on some levels, and I'm going to wait patiently for those levels to get hit. But you don't need to be trading all the time to be a profitable trader. Less is really more as a trader, right? All you need is one huge win. It's going to cover, over 10 losses, put heavy profits in your pocket, and then you continue on from there, all right? Unless you are a short-term scalper and you are a professional and you really know what you're doing, I don't necessarily recommend scalping. I prefer to swing trade, and that seems to be the case with most people, all right? So keep that in mind if you are a newer trader. But Bitcoin right now is bouncing from the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement down here. Now, where is it headed? You can see my short-term trend line here on Bitcoin starting from June 6th, right, when we had those two kind of this M pattern here before we started to descend down lower. If we just connect those highs and connect it to these highs over here, this has been a pretty reliable trend line for shorting. Okay, so this is where I am looking possibly for the next opportunity. If I go ahead and label where I'm looking, it's going to come into play right at around $29,000. All right, right at around 29K, you can see we do actually have a base drop supply zone, right, overhead supply. If I go ahead and mark that in red for all the viewers watching at home right now, and also extend it to the left, it's a pretty big level. You can't deny it's a big level. Over here at 29K, all the way up to really $29,500. All right, so this has trendline confluence as well as an obvious resistance level, previous support. And we have one more thing to add to the confluence, which is, of course, our Fibonacci tool, which I love to use for my entries. So if I take this low down here, take it up to this high, you can see we do get a level the 50%, which is a nice Fibonacci level, a very reliable one, right here in that supply zone, coming into play at $29,250. Okay, so right here in the short term, right, I'm talking about a short-term opportunity. This could hit tomorrow, could hit tonight towards the weekly candle close. Who knows when this might happen? But right here, this does look like a very good setup for a short position. So this is what I will be looking for if you're eager and you're itching to, and you're scratching to make a trade right now, right? Which you should never be doing, right? That's not how you go about it, because mindset is everything as a trader. So if you're itching and scratching and you think you need to be trading, you should probably turn off the computer and go do something else. Focus on another hobby, another passion of yours, because if you try to force things in the market will eat you alive and take your money, okay? Never force anything. When you feel antsy because you need to trade, you should probably turn the screen off and go do something else, and then come back with a clear mind. Very important to have that clear mindset as a trader, or else you probably will be giving your profits back to the market. Because the market, that's the market's job. The market's job is to take money from the impatient and give it to the patient. All right, so you need to be the patient player, the professional player with the poker face, waiting for the precise opportunity to strike, or else you probably will be subject to the market makers and lose your margin. I don't want to see that happen. Nobody wants to see that happen. Here at Crypto Empire, we say let the gains be with you, because we want to see everybody succeed. We understand that, probability-wise, not everybody will succeed, because people are people, and people will succumb to their human emotions of greed and fear. Greed and fear runs this market. If you cannot control your emotions, you have no business playing in this market. You need to control your greed mainly, and fear as well. Fear is what it's going to prevent you from taking action. Greed will make you take over action, right? Make you overtrade. I gotta get my money back, right? That's greed. But when you're scared, right? When you're scared to trade, let's say you just come off a loss or a losing streak and you're scared to place the trade, when you see your edge playing out, that is fear coming to you. So understand the emotions at play, the psychology behind the market. Very important stuff there. You will learn it as you go. But if you're newer, it's going to take you some time to learn. There is a learning curve to this. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme trading. Crypto in general, people think they can just buy a coin and it goes up 100x. The world does not work like that. Sure, you could do that when the market was very bullish in 2020 and 2021. But we now know that times have changed drastically since then. The Fed is tightening the economy. They're taking billions of dollars out of the market from the trillions that they did put in 2020 and 2021. So it's no longer on easy mode. So you need to understand the things that are playing out right now and adjust your strategy accordingly. If you can adapt, you will come out on top and make a lot of money during this bear market, and you're going to have a glorious bull run as well when that does switch, because the bull run will come back, and I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, I'm just going to focus on mastering my craft of trading and keep on doing what I am doing. That is all, and I'm happy and content to do so, and I'm very grateful for everybody here at Crypto Empire who is along with me. We do have 70 viewers watching right now and only around 30 likes. Go ahead and smash up that like button, get some hype in the chat. It really does help out the YouTube algorithm, and share this stream to more people on YouTube. So definitely go ahead, hit that like button with ferocity down below. So that is the short-term outlook on Bitcoin. Now, what's the major macro move that I'm speaking of, you may ask? Good question. Let's get into that right now. If we take a look at the daily chart, it really comes back to everything I have been saying over the past few weeks now, that I don't expect that this is the bottom down here, $25,200 at all. I think we are headed lower, and the next major macro level is going to come into play right down here at $22,200. The market is very weak. Everybody, for the most part, I mean, there are still a few stragglers who are saying that we're going to go up from here and, make new highs or go back to 50,000, etc. I strongly doubt that for the time being. I think we will go lower before we go higher here. All right. So like I've been saying, if you're thinking about throwing money at the market as an investment, right, because you think it's going to just go shoot back up, most likely, not financial advice, but I would probably hold off on that. Now, with that being said, how this will play out, if we're just going to free fall drop right to this level, I doubt that's going to happen, because the market always likes to move up and down, right? Which is why I have this 29K level outlined. I'm waiting for it to come into play now. That could be the big short that takes us down, to this $22,000 level. And if that is the big short, you're looking at a gain of around, 20%. Okay, you factor in some leverage with that. It's a huge trade right there. That's the big wins that we're after. That's a swing. This is not going to happen in one day, but over the course of a few days to maybe a week or so, price will eventually make its way down to this level. And I'm not saying it will happen this week, but this is what I'm expecting to happen when the market does actually decide to come out of this consolidation range. Okay, I think we go down. I do not think we go up first. And $22,200 is your next major macro level on the higher time frames to be looking out for. Okay, let's go ahead and check out what's going on with the chat right now. Let's see. Could this be the spring in the Wyckoff, Randy? So I don't think it is the spring in the Wyckoff. Okay, I don't think that this is going to spring out and start making higher highs. Now I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. Right, because like I've also been saying, I did clean up my chart, by the way, which is why there's no more yellow lines everywhere. But we do have some big levels up here towards 37K. And also, let's not forget, if we pull our fib from the low at 25 up to the high at 40, you can see our fib levels coming into play right here at 32,625. And we also have another one right here, 34,300 at the golden pocket, okay? So there are some overhead levels. Now, everybody who's been watching Crypto Empire the past few weeks would know that I've been saying, these are the overhead levels that I'm waiting to short. But the market's just been so weak that price was never able to push up to any of these levels at all. Right? The highest we got was over here at $32,200. Just here is where I'm looking, right? I was waiting, right? I didn't end up taking these shorts up here because personally, I thought we were going to be going higher. I did think we were going to go and test the 34K. I thought 37 was a little out of the question. I didn't think it was strong enough to make its way up there. But, at least up here at $33,000, $34,000, I was expecting price to make its way up to and look for a short from there. But it was so weak, it never made its way up there. So I don't think that this is the spring in the Wyckoff. If it is, there's a lot of strong overhead resistance levels to be looking out for. So keep that in mind. If you're bullish right now, just be very cautious and don't do anything drastic. But personally, I'm looking for shorts right now on any bounces. Can we talk about a day trade on ETH from Ahmad? Certainly we can, Ahmad. We'll be looking at that in a little bit time. We will get to Ethereum for sure. Let's see. What is happening. Jazzy saying smash up the like button. Absolutely. Mark A, I've heard it's the bear markets that produce more patient millionaires. Mark A, I do agree with you. The bear market is literally where you become a millionaire. Indirectly, because as the wise investors like to say, money is made on the buy. Right, real estate, that's a term in real estate, right? You make money on the buy of the property, not when you sell it. The numbers need to make sense when you purchase it, or else you can't even turn a profit no matter how nice the property is. If you don't get a proper deal, if you don't get a good deal, you won't be able to make money with it because you need to pay the right price for it. The bear market presents the opportunity to buy things when they're very low, and the market moves in cycles, so the bear market doesn't last forever, right? The down days don't last forever. Right? Joy wouldn't be so special if it weren't for pain. So the market will flip bullish again. And if you buy in the bear, you'll be able to sell in the bull market for a lot of profits. And that does produce patient millionaires. Most people want to get rich quick. They want to get rich overnight. They don't have the stomach to buy things when they're super cheap in the bear market. So they gamble away their money. And those that were patient and just bought in the bear market are the ones that come out on top. So I do agree with you, Mark A. Good point there. We got Linda saying smash up the like button. Absolutely. Stan saying it will crash on the 19th. Okay, so it's the 12th right now. And we do have a big upcoming event this week on the 15th of June. If we take a look at the Forex Factory calendar, you can see the FOMC meeting will be taking place on Wednesday, June 15th, and this is going to announce the interest rate hikes for this month. It's projected to be at 50 basis points. However, after inflation came in higher than expected, a lot of people are speculating that they're going to hike rates by 75 basis points, which will have a very bearish effect on the market. I would expect a sell-off. And that could be the beginning of a cascade down. But the 19th, I'm interested to hear why you say the 19th is going to be the day that things crash. That will be a Saturday. But either way, yeah, I'm still expecting a crash sometime soon, so I agree with you. Hard Rock Nick, going to manipulate the market. We got GT Nuts saying, thank you for streaming today. Happy to do it. Happy to be here, and thank you for being here as well, GT Nuts with a Z. Linda sold her second home, looking to buy the low. Awesome. We got Hankster Dude in here saying, hey, Connor, nice to see you. What's up, Hankster? How are you? We got Teta Money Area. What about the short-term time frame? So, Teta, just rewind it a little bit. I know you're here live, but I did go over the shorter-term time frame on why I'm looking at this 29K area for a potential shorting opportunity. But we did just cover that on the Bitcoin Technical Analysis segment of the live stream. Naveen, Everdome land sale is fixed at 30,000 dome. It's actually 40,000 this week. They're raising it 10,000 dome every single week. But I mentioned a few weeks ago on a live stream actually about Everdome how there's so much pre-sale money waiting to be invested, and that's why the token is tanking. Everybody is just selling it. So I said this was going to happen around a month ago, right, when the price was over double this. So I'm not surprised to see the price crashing this hard on Everdome. Just be careful, right? The bear market, like I've been saying, it's not the time to go risk on at all, right? And especially something high risk like a pre-sale, a DeFi yield form where you can earn a crazy high APY. In a bear market, you want to pretty much avoid those at all costs unless it's a very special circumstance. Everdome is a very bullish project, but with the bear market, that could last probably for another 6 months or so, at least. It's just not a good thing to be throwing cash at these risky investments when if you stay tapped in, stay plugged into the market and deploy the capital at the right time, you can be making returns of 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x. That's going to beat out those pre-sales that you have right now that you can invest in. So just be smart about it and be careful with your capital. That's what I have to say about that. I'll tell you why on the 20th. Winky face. Let me know, Stan. I'm interested to hear why on the 20th. Glasshopper has been sweeping the floor of Lavana. Good for you, Glasshopper. Smart man. Wendy saying, hi, Connor. Good advice here. Thanks from Australia. No problem, Wendy. Thanks for being here on the stream. Be sure to smash that like button down below. Let's see. Nicolay saying, when long? Maybe at 22K. And we got Deshaun Hill saying, harmony. First, we're going to take a look at Ethereum from my guy, Ahmad, on the lower time frames. He's looking for a day trade. Let's see if there's any day trading opportunities here on ETH. Now, ETH lost the big level over here at 1,700. It's now in this big demand going back to around March of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, March 1st. The low on late February, early March was $1,300. We have gone as low as $1,423. Now, typically Ethereum follows Bitcoin, but Ethereum will lead the market from time to time. Like we just saw, Ethereum went ahead and crashed before Bitcoin this time around because, of course, of that depegging with staked Lido Ethereum that I've covered extensively this week. So yeah, that's why ETH went ahead and crashed the market before Bitcoin did. But typically, you mainly just have to watch Bitcoin, and Ethereum does follow suit. Now, looking on this daily, this daily looks absolutely putrid on Ethereum, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daily in a row that's red if it does close red today, right? So just super bearish times for Ethereum. Now, if you're looking for a trade opportunity, right now we're in no man's land in a way. We are these big levels down here, going back to early 2021. Right, even if we look on the 1 hour, not really seeing, anything good that I would look for in terms of like divergence or something. Maybe you got some here, but it's not perfect. Already played out there. Now, realistically speaking, I think we might bounce here, okay? So you want to look for shorting opportunities at higher up levels. This is exactly what I said in the Crypto Empire Discord a few days ago. think it was yesterday actually. Pretty much saying, you know, I'm in no hurry to chase after shorts here. When the price was exactly where it is now, I'm going to wait for a bounce first and then go to look to short the bounces, which is exactly what I covered just before on Bitcoin. I'm waiting for a bounce here. Ahmad, this is really in no man's land. Not a perfect setup. It's not really worth any risk. I mean, you do have a big level up here at 1658, just here, okay? And what we can go ahead and do actually is pull a fib if we go in a higher time frame. And you can see that our 50% retracement comes into play right in this supply zone, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark this overhead supply zone right here as a drop-based drop. And you're going to look for shorts around this level. You want to put a tight stop just above it and see and let it play out, basically. If you want to do a 3-to-1, you know, it's not really that big of a move. You're looking at around 6%, but it's a good risk-reward opportunity. Pretty much the same thing we're looking at on Bitcoin, because we can do the same thing and just extend this trend line. You know, see that's going to come into play as well. Pretty much the exact same setup I shared on Bitcoin. Here it is on ETH. Okay, right around the $1,600 to $1,700 price levels. That's ETH short term. Now let's talk about ETH a little bit longer term in the macro time frames, because just as I'm expecting a major macro move on Bitcoin, I'm expecting the same on Ethereum. Now looking at Ethereum, if we go to a weekly chart, as you can see on ETH, now these lines, as you can see here, my long-term macro trend lines, this was the bull run. Okay, the bull run starting from March of 2020. These lines are even going back to around 2019, right? Late 2019. All I did was extend these lines connecting the top and bottoms, support and resistance, and they worked out very, very reliably. As you can see, until they went ahead and broke. When did they break? Early December of 2021, after the top happened in November 2021. Okay, and that time as well is when the Fed kind of reversed their stance. And around this time right here, November 2021, was when the big institutions, the really big players, the smart money, if you will, went ahead and repositioned their portfolio, and they pretty much turned risk off over here in November. Now, I didn't really flip into a bear until after Luna collapsed, right? And I should have switched back in November. Clearly, hindsight will tell you that, but hindsight is 20/20, so you can't go back in time. It is what it is. But anyway, the big portfolio managers, the smart money, hedge funds, you know, Alameda Research, the people that attack Terra, they're attacking Celsius right now. The people that, you know, pretty much pumped Solana and then dumped it, right? Alameda, Sam, those are the big guys that pretty much control the market. You know, they went ahead and repositioned over here back in November of 2021. Now, the low, really the low of the bear market is around $80, okay? $80 on ETH. So we have a lot of downwards room to go before even making a lower low. I don't think we're going to make a lower low. I think the trend will continue upwards on the macro time frame. But, you know, anything higher than $80 will be a higher low. Now you can see our 88.6% Fibonacci retracement on this chart is going to come into play around $630 in an outline demand level. Do not be surprised if you see 3-digit Ethereum this bear market, okay? It very, very well could happen. Now, if you bought ETH above the current price or around the current prices, what should you do? Now, not financial advice. You need to make your own decisions. But if it makes you feel extremely uncomfortable that Ethereum could drop to, you know, the 3-figure price levels, maybe it would not be a bad idea, so you can sleep well at night, to reposition your portfolio and convert some Ethereum to cash. Okay? I think it's a pretty decently high probability. We will be seeing low 4 figures to high 3 figures on Ethereum. Okay? So if it makes you super uncomfortable, if you see those numbers and you have ETH right now because you bought it way higher, well, then maybe you should consider repositioning slightly. I wouldn't say get rid of all of it, but pretty decent probability we're going to head down to these lower levels on ETH over this bear market, and it's going to be generational buying opportunities. I think a huge trend when the market flips bullish again will be Ethereum layer 2s, like we've been talking about here in the channel. Things like Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Starknet is a new one, and as well as Optimism. You know, this makes Ethereum usable for the average person, and any decentralized application can easily go to a layer 2 without having to recode their whole project and protocol. So layer 2s will be a big narrative at the next bull market, so those could be some worthwhile coins to accumulate, and of course position yourselves for those airdrops. But macro speaking here on Ethereum, we probably will be going lower, so get ready for that, right? I'm talking like 3 digits. And then when the market flips bullish again, ETH will probably be hitting that 10K price target, as well as Ethereum layer 2s just booming. So you want to think about that, let that marinate in your mind over the bear market, and position yourselves accordingly on ETH. So that's ETH right there. Let's see what's going on in the live chat. We got Hangster Dude saying he made some money the last 3 days. Awesome. We got Alpha TA with us today. What's up, Alpha TA? How are you? Anti-Corporation took a stellar swing with RSR, reserve rights. So RSR should be releasing their mainnet sometime soon. And right now price is 72% of 1 penny. And it did have a nice pump up. It broke out of its ascending triangle. But any sustained upwards momentum, it went up to 1.3 cents. This is a weekly. Let's go to a lower time frame. So yeah, RSR had a major swing, as you can see, from the bottom to the top, over 100%. Right, 300%, 4x. So that's pretty impressive right there on RSR. Shout out to my man, the Anti-Corporation, for catching that swing trade. We got Elvis saying, hi Connor, would love to know your thoughts on Vulcan Forge, Harmony One, Woo Network, and Veracity. Elvis, I will come back to that later on in the stream when we do go over our altcoin technical analysis. Randy FPV, I have lots in crypto various coins. HODL or sell now and buy back later? So Randy, good question. I kind of just went over that with my Ethereum segment. I would say that if you feel uncomfortable if things drop drastically from here, which there's a high probability that they do, you should reposition and, put a percentage in cash. I don't think it's a smart idea to totally reduce your crypto exposure to zero. You should keep at least maybe around 20%. Because let's say maybe things do go up from here. The bottom takes place over several months, right? And the thing is, people need to understand. Pretend the bull market is a pizza pie. It has 8 slices, okay? So if the market has 8 slices, most people think that they need to catch the bottom slice and the top slice, okay? They need to time the exact bottom and the exact top, right? Buy at the bottom, sell at the top. But if you just focus on the middle 6 slices of the pizza pie, right? The middle, so you don't need to catch the exact bottom, but when things flip bullish, when the Fed changes their stance, the economy starts to pick up, maybe the money printer starts to turn on again, then you can go ahead and enter. So maybe you're not going to catch the exact bottom, but you're not going to stress yourself out. Keep on throwing money at the dip, right? So understand, even if you did sell now, we probably still have lower to go, so it's probably not a bad idea to sell now and buy it back lower, but I don't think it's a good idea to totally reduce your exposure to zero. So I'm not totally at zero exposure. I'm still holding Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as various assortment of some altcoins, especially my favorites like privacy coins, Monero, Pirate Chain, etc. But the high risk altcoins will probably get slashed very, very hard from here. So maybe it's not a bad idea to turn those into cash. But that's not financial advice. You need to make your own decision. But I hope that my answer to your question did give you some more insight. Rigoberto saying that Veracity is still building. Yeah, Veracity is a good project. 100%. Rigoberto saying proof of stake coming for ETH. Who knows when that's going to happen, Rigoberto? It could take a very long time for that to happen. I would expect delays. Okay, don't expect the ETH merge to happen and move over to proof of stake. Probably will get delayed again. Keep that in mind. Let's see. We got Strictly Hydra saying XRP doing a small pump. Market's bouncing right now, so I would expect that. Alpha TA, shout out to you. We got Machiana Crypto King saying what's up. How are you? Hit the like button, absolutely. Sam I am saying the bottom will not be over several months. There's an altcoin season literally around the corner, and everyone is going to miss it because of all the fake narratives. That's too bad. Good luck with that, Sam I am. I kind of disagree with that. I don't think we're going to be seeing any crazy altcoin season, especially not right now. I think altcoins will probably be dumping around another 90 to 99% from here. So, I mean, you do you, my man, but I'm going to keep on trading, stacking my stable coins, and then deploy them when I do see fit. And of course, the big ones like Bitcoin and ETH are the ones that I want to really, really heavily accumulate as a dollar cost average during these times. But the small caps, the mid caps, I'm not eager to start jumping into those just yet. Views on XTC and Oasis Rose. What's up, Don Ragnar? How are you? Don Ragnar saying, big up, Connor. While everyone will be looking at Fed raising interest rates, the real killer will be when quantitative tightening starts happening next week, reducing liquidity in the markets. Yep. Yeah, I mean, things are looking bleak right now here in the shorter term, which is why I just said to Sam I am, I don't think we're going to be seeing an altcoin season here in the short term by any means. So keep an eye on that. Sniff asking, are you traveling east? I have no plans on traveling. I'm quite content building my empire exactly where I am. Right? I did a lot of traveling in my younger days, and I've come to the conclusion that, you know, I'm pretty happy with building an empire and staying where I am for now. Have my routine down, so no plans on traveling to the east. Spent a lot of time in Asia already. It was nice. We'll go back there one day, but not right now. All right, guys, let's see. Let's go ahead and move on and talk about our Twitter wisdom. All right, so to all the traders out there, this is a good one. Trading is like riding the bus. You should know before where to get off. So know your profit targets, know your stop loss. You should also know if you take the wrong bus, you get off it very quickly, right? So if you take a trade you're not really comfortable in, just get out. And if it's too crowded, let it pass and take the next one. Very good analogy there. A lot of people think they need to be trading all the time. And if they take a trade, they think they need to, stick with it until the very end. But if you take something and you don't feel comfortable, one of the best things that you can start doing as a trader is start cutting the positions you don't love very quickly. Even if it does end up turning into a win, if you don't feel comfortable in the position, if you don't really like it, just get out. Take the small loss or the very small win and wait for the big opportunity. Because like we've seen, like I've been demonstrating here for you at Crypto Empire, as a trader, the big wins are what's going to grow your account. The small wins will cancel out the small losses, right? So you have four outcomes as a trader. You have the big loss, the small win, and the big win. You need to eliminate the big loss. Once you eliminate the big loss, it's nearly impossible to not be a profitable trader, but people like to gamble and take on too much risk. So that's why most people cannot eliminate that big loss. But you have the two in the middle, which are the small loss and the small win. These pretty much will end up canceling each other out. Maybe you'll come up slightly profitable, maybe slightly in the red. But the big wins are what pays for everything, okay? That's trading. All right, I teach all that in my courses and my various content. I'm like a broken record at this point with the amount of times that I've repeated that, but it's the truth, okay? You need to eliminate the big loss and let your winners run, and you're going to have success. It's a simple strategy, but human emotions get in the way, and greed and fear kick in, and people want to gamble and throw all their money when they shouldn't throw their money at a trade, take on too big of a position size, and blow all their account margin in one or two trades, give back all of their gains to the market, right? I got an email earlier this week pretty much highlighting exactly that. The person's like frantic, what should I do? Listen, that's why I'm a broken record, and I always say risk management and position sizing are the most important things. I get emails, I get messages, DMs all the time People are frantic because they over leveraged themselves and took on too big of a position size. And you can't help them at that point. So that's why I keep on drilling it in everybody's head here at Crypto Empire. Do it the right way and just grow your account over time. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but it is a strategy to make money. And that should be very apparent here at Crypto Empire. So also, some talks about the crypto bill. So I already went over this earlier in the week, but it's going to be very interesting because the octopus's tentacles are really clamping down on crypto nowadays. So it's going to be interesting now because anonymous projects, anonymous founders it's going to make it impossible for that to happen under this new law, but it's in the US. So if you're outside of the US, I'm not sure if it makes a difference. Okay, so it's really weird what's happening, but I want to come to the conclusion right now. So basically, he's going ahead and saying that's only a draft, but the bill is good long term for big entities, but it's super painful for the near term for 99% of crypto. Right? These regulations are not very bullish here in the short term. Another reason why I'm not super bullish or expecting any altcoin seasons right now. Right? The SEC wants to regulate this space. The U.S. government wants to regulate this space, and they are taking action to do so by passing these bills right now. So you need to stay on top of all of this stuff, or you can just subscribe to Crypto Empire and watch my content because I stay on top of it and I share all of it with you in real time. That's one way of doing it. So subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But this crypto bill is not looking great here in the short term, right? A lot of really strict stuff. No anon founders. All DAOs need to be registered U.S. entities. Banks are going to be able to issue stable coins. A lot of stuff in here. I recommend you go check out Adam Cochran's thread over here on the crypto bill if you want to learn more about it. But understand it's another bear market catalyst right now. All right, which is why, again, I'm looking for short-term or short trade opportunities. Now, one last thing on Twitter that I do want to share with you is from Alex Mashinsky. So Alex Mashinsky is, as you can see, the founder and CEO of Celsius Network. Celsius Network is in billions of dollars of debt right now. I've been urging the Crypto Empire community, if you have any money in Celsius, earning interest, get it out while you still can. Not financial advice, but there's a pretty decent chance they go insolvent, go bankrupt, and you lose your money if you still have it in Celsius. But we have the same thing, the community, right? This is a very important lesson for everybody newer to crypto. Even if you've been in crypto for a while, to hear it again, it's very important. When you see these communities banding together, it literally is just like a cult, right? They drink the Kool-Aid and they're delusional. I was drinking the Kool-Aid with Luna, which is why I got wrecked. I saw the red flags with Luna, but I chose not to take my precautions, and that's why I lost a ton of money with it. But now we have Alex Mashinsky saying the exact same thing that Do Kwon was saying before Luna collapsed. He's saying the power of Celsius is our community. I'm calling on this amazing community we built together in the past 5 years to come build the next Celsius network. Together we earned over 5,100 Bitcoin and over 83,334 Ethereum. All the trolls spreading fear in you have never built anything. All right? So he's trying to save face here. I was a fan of Celsius. I've been using Celsius until recently. I pulled all my money out recently for this reason. Because I like having my money. I don't like seeing go to zero overnight. So this is a red flag here. The same thing happened when Terra collapsed. Everybody in the Terra community, all the lunatics, were like, we're going to hold the peg to $1 for UST. Let's all band together. We can come out of this stronger. They got the tidal wave waxed on them. Do not be so naive to stick in this community mindset of we're all going to make it as the community. We have to stick together. Listen, your account is your account. That is your money. Nobody else really cares. You need to care about it. I would take the precautions to protect yourself. This tweet from Mashinsky is a huge red flag to me. Huge red flag here, using the community aspect to try and get people to stay in Celsius. They're going insolvent. They're in billions of dollars of debt. They had very questionable hirings. People, 24-year-old people with very questionable past, managing $300 million funds. Most likely they get destroyed. Right? It could not happen. I could be wrong. But it's not worth the risk to keep any money in Celsius. And this is a big red flag here, this tweet. Stick together, the community. Community is very important, but when you're going bankrupt and when you're in billions of dollars in debt, and you're having to take out loans to process people's withdrawals, that's a red flag and you should run for the hills. All right, so that's our Twitter wisdom for the day. Hope that one makes sense for everybody here. Take the necessary precautions to protect yourself during this bear market because your capital is everything, okay? And if you don't take precautions, you will lose it. So risk management is very, very important. Let's see what we got going on. Thoughts on Quant? Yeah, Quant is very in line with the CBDC narratives. So it has that going for it. But if you like centralization and, you know, losing all of your freedom over money, then I would say look into things like Monero. But yeah, I mean, Quant, it's a banker coin. Can't hate on it because, as the saying goes, when you see a snake, you expect it to bite. When you see a banker coin, you expect it to have repercussions alongside of it. Let's see, we got Alpha TA saying the Fed started reducing their balance sheet on June 1st. Interesting. On God, letting the winners run is one of the hardest things for me. I jump out too early a lot. It happens on God. As you can see over here in the Crypto Empire tab, we've been letting this Chainlink trade run. We have our guy Pioneer banking a 1,500. That's a 15x on his margin, almost a 16x on his margin. Okay, myself 350% on my margin. So a huge day, huge trade, I should say. It's a swing trade, not a day. But yeah, letting your winners run will cover all of your losers. And I'm getting ready for that next big trade opportunity. And I will be letting everybody know about it, of course, inside of the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group. So if you want to join, I mean, I would say, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit the link in the description down below. Join the Discord, and I'll see you inside, right? Love to have you inside, of course. Understand that there are no guarantees, but I am in there every single day. I put a lot of pride in my business and my work, and that is my work, right? So if you want to join, I'd love to see you inside. See what else is happening over here. Mike Beast 1800 saying, we have a motto. You always need to repeat the simple common sense things that people obviously know because they ironically always tend to forget. Comment about sounding like a broken record. Yeah, absolutely, Mike B. So the fundamentals are literally everything. No matter what skill you pursue, it always comes down to who has the better fundamentals and who took the most time to really train and perfect the fundamentals. There's a story that I love about Michael Jordan, the best the best basketball player of all time. He started every single practice with chest passes, right? No fancy moves, literally just basic chest passes. Michael Jordan, we had Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe in the gym, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Like the day after he lost an NBA Finals championship, Kobe's back in the gym practicing the fundamentals. Same thing with MMA. The guys who drilled the fundamentals are the ones who were the UFC champions, right? They're just super, super good at the basic fundamentals. It is the same exact thing with trading, right? You get very good at the fundamentals of managing your risk and your position sizes, trading your edge. You're going to make money and you're going to be very good at it. But most people like to skip over the fundamentals and go right into the complicated things, and that's why they end up losing in the end. Fundamentals are everything with any skill that you pursue in your life, right? Nothing comes quick, nothing comes easy. Anything worth learning, there will be growing pains, but guess what? Anybody who's a champion goes through those and comes out on top. So are you a champion? I don't know. You need to answer that question for yourself. Nobody else can decide that but your heart within you. So ask yourself that question when you look in the mirror. Are you a champion? Are you cut out for this? I believe in you, but you need to think of it for yourself, all right? If you don't have that self-belief, well, then nobody can help you. We got Bob Franklin saying, buy the ISO 20022 compliant coins. They are the ones that meet all the regulations. Yes, they are, Bob. All the banker coins meet the regulations. XRP, HBAR, XLM, Quant, Algo. You know, all those banker coins are the ones, and they probably will do very well the next bull run as well. So there's not a bad thing to DCA into if you're looking for nice multiples on your money. I agree with you, Bob. We got Badger asking, do I use Voyager? So I do have a Voyager account, but I'm not really putting too much capital into it, right? I'd rather not sacrifice my money for 4% yields. It's not worth it right now. But I'd rather hold on to it myself and manage my money that way, right? Yield right now in a bear market is not really worth it. Is it possible USDT depegs like UST, and what will be the consequence? I mean, possibly, especially with this new regulation where they need to show all of their reserves. It is something to watch out for. But in a way, USDT is kind of too big to fail. So it's a tough question to answer. But if USDT tether does go down, it's going to be horrible for the overall crypto market. So something to look into, to consider, but I would say the probability is that it stays afloat and it doesn't go down. Do I still believe in Pirate Chain? Yes, I do. Connor, do you think regulation will be good for crypto? Long-term regulation, yeah, would be good. But the whole point of crypto is to have freedom over your money. So in a way, not really. It takes away the original thesis of crypto. See what else we got here. So Deshaun asking about Harmony. Are you talking about Harmony 1? Because if you are, it's not really worth pursuing right now as a mid-cap altcoin. It's probably going to crash lower than it already is. All right, this thing can easily go back to, this level over here at 1.4 cents to 0.008 cents to even as low as 0.004. Wouldn't be surprised to see it. And from here, that would be, another 50%, 70%, or 85% lower. It could happen on Harmony, right? This thing's coming down to Goblin Town. Hey Connor, have you heard about ICT trading, and are you familiar with it? I have not heard of ICT trading. I don't know what that is. Moon River versus Moonbeam, which of the two would you invest in? I would invest in Moonbeam Glimmer, right? Moonbeam is the original, or not the original, but like the main network, and I would pick Glimmer over Moonbeam. Yeah, smash up that like button right now. Listen to Dre. Smash up that like button. And Moonbeam at $1.04. So to all the people who are commenting on my Moonbeam video saying it's never going to go below $1, well, guess what? It's about to go beneath $1. All right, so I'm not doing this. I'm not making my videos to prove my bias. I'm just sharing what I truly think in my videos. And when I say it's going to go beneath $1, I truly believe that it would. And now it's playing out. So I'm waiting lower. I think this can go even lower than it's already gone on Moonbeam. But yeah, this is the one I would pick. All right, so it is now time to go ahead and open up the audience, open up the question and answer for our audience today. Before we do that, I will mention how I have just opened up my account on Bitget. This is it's one of the top exchanges for crypto. I just learned about it recently, but the reason why I opened up my account with them is because US and Canada users can use this, can leverage trade with no KYC as well as no VPN needed. All right, so it's not like Bybit or Femex where you need a VPN. This has all of the same benefits as Bybit or Femex, but you don't need to use a VPN. US users are allowed to use it legally, and it's no KYC and up to 20 Bitcoin withdrawals. Right, 20 Bitcoin right now is like 400 grand or something. Right, so you have a good 24-hour withdrawal limit for your profits. So Bitget, open up your account, link down in the description below. When you click on my link, it's a special custom link. It's going to take you to this page with my referral code already plugged in. So I will get something. You as well will get something. You get a discount on fees. And if you deposit $50, you will get $50 as well, and up to $4,000 in deposit bonus. All right, so check it out and use my link for Bitget if you want to open up a trading account on an exchange that allows you to trade in the US leverage without a VPN. As you can see on CoinGecko, this has a 10 out of 10 trust score, so check it out. Vajra, thanks, Connor. Do you mainly use KuCoin? If so, have you had any issues withdrawing to a bank account? So for exchanges, if I'm going to withdraw to my bank account, I'll use like Coinbase, something like that. KuCoin, no, I don't withdraw to my bank account. I do use KuCoin a lot, not for futures trading though. I was using something like Bitget, but now I'm switching over fully to Bitget for all of my active trading. All right, guys, go ahead and let's talk some Q&A. We had a lot of requests earlier for various coins. I remember one was Vulcan Forged PYR, so let's go ahead and take a look at Vulcan Forged. Back down to $3.59 on PYR. This is a weekly. Let's go to a 3-day chart. So this looks like it probably could have a full retracement. Your next levels are going to be over here around 2.63 cents. You have another one over here at $2.10. Another over here at 150. And then you're down to the lows. So if this bear market lasts, another 6-9 months, these are your levels on Vulcan Forged PYR. Going to keep it very simple on this higher time frame TA, because with these altcoins, they are subject to Bitcoin. They are subject to ETH. So, have your DCA levels outlined for them, but watching them is like watching paint dry, all right? So I would say keep the main eye on Bitcoin, which is what I typically do, especially in these bearish times. Adam, my portfolio is down 95% from its all-time high. I don't even care about anymore at this point. Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of took big losses unless you repositioned back in November at the top. So, yeah, that's the way it is, right? So you keep on moving forward and you make sure it doesn't happen again. You make sure you take your profits the next time around, and you learn from your mistakes. What can you do? No sense in crying over spilt milk, as the saying does go. So, also, we had a request for Veracity VRA as well. VRA down to 53% of 1 penny, 0.0053 cents. Coming down to one of my outline levels at 0.0048. But it looks like it's headed to this demand zone. This demand zone coming into play from 0.0032 down to 0.0017. So this is where I would be looking for VRA here. Sorry, hit this here. By the way, that was, again, my elbow squeaking on my glass desk, if anybody was wondering. I know we had some people commenting last week on my live stream asking what it was. The glass standing desk here, my elbow sleeve, sometimes makes a little squeaking noise. So yeah, that's your level for VRA. This demand level here, and keep an eye if we do get a bounce from this wick, right? We have this 3-day wick at 0.0048, but it looks like we're headed to this demand zone. So that's your macro analysis on VRA. Rigo's saying your portfolio should bounce back when the bull run starts. I agree, Rigoberto. Matthew Johnson, Terra coming back. I don't think so. I think Terra is done for and probably going to zero. All right, so it's bouncing. As you can see, it shot up to, let's go to a 90-day chart, 30-day chart actually. So on this 30-day chart, on launch day, it went to $18. Now it's just been bleeding out. I think it's going to bleed out all the way to zero. I made my Terra video around $6, saying you should probably sell it and take your money while you still can. It's down pretty big from that $6 level. So I'm not interested in buying this. I think it's dead, and I think it has a very grim future ahead. What coins are you on watch list beyond ETH and Bitcoin? Good question, Don. I mean, the majors. We got the majors, things like BNB, Solana, Polkadot, Cardano. This is my watch list, by the way, on my screen over here. Mainly been trading just Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Chainlink, Cardano, by the way. I mean, guys, Cardano. I know Dre took advantage of my Cardano short earlier in the week. That was outlined for you right here in the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream. But if you did go ahead and and you follow the TA that I share with you, this was this was like the chain link short. This is 19% to current price. If you went 10x leverage, that's 180% gain. But right now, Don, to answer your questions, mainly the majors, okay? I'm not interested in watching like closely the mid caps or the low caps, because those are subject to Bitcoin and mainly ETH. So top 10, top 25 mainly is what I'm using right now for my trades. And it's been working out quite well. But good question, Don. Appreciate you chiming in. As always, my man. Good to see you here. Which IDO launchpad can we get into now? So Naveen, like I mentioned earlier, it's not the time at all when you want to be going into pre-sales in this bear market. Not at all, especially when the Fed is ramping up their quantitative tightening and taking a lot of money out of the market that they injected into it over the past 2 years, right? They're taking they put trillions in, now they're taking, hundreds of billions out over time. It's not going to be good for new projects launching. Any pre-sales, it's just not a good idea right now. So I wouldn't even be thinking about IDOs for that. Are you staking VRA? Well, I'm in the U.S., so as a resident, I'm actually not allowed to do that, Vajra. Mike B, I lost 33% of my wealth in the Terra crash. Before that, my wallet got hacked and lost a legendary dragon egg worth 10K. Made an idiot decision and put cash into Mars lock drop. But all learning experiences and now moving on and trying to build up again. That's all we can do. Well, you definitely have the right attitude, Mike B. That's it, right? I mean, I lost a lot of money as well in the Terra crash, right? Could have bought property, could have went and, it's all good, right? All the other bases are covered, but when you play that game, like, oh man, I could have done this with the money, I could have done that with the money, it will drive you insane. So yeah, all you can do is keep on moving forward, and it is what it is, right? We're rebuilding, and sounds like you're down, but you're not out. So as long as you're not out, stay in the fight, you're going to come out on top, my man. So good to see you having that positive attitude, Mike B. Vajra, do you think Do Kwon made away with 2 billion plus? I think that was a misleading headline, but I'm not sure about the details. We have to wait for the truth to come above water to really find out what's happening. FLM USDT. So we had some people talking about this. I don't know what it is. Flamingo Finance. Up 100% on the day. And it's traded on a few exchanges, mainly Binance. Wow, what is going on? So it looks like I haven't covered this. Somebody probably asked me on a live stream back in November, which is why I have this my drawings on here. But this is an impressive move by FLM. 265%. Right now it's right at our 38.2 fib. Get rid of that. Drawing, go back to this lower time frame. So this is on a tear up. So we're 50% fib. This could possibly be the top here. You don't know. So if you do want to short it, you would have to make sure to put a tight stop loss in case it does blow up another move up. But looking at where the 50% fib comes into play, just on my zoomed out chart, your 50% level looks super good. This is at 41 cents. Okay, 41 cents on FLM. And that, if I was to place a short on this, I would probably be looking at this level. But be aware you are now, in territory of where it could top out. So definitely don't think about buying this thing. If you're thinking about buying it after it already pumped like 3x, you may have lost your mind. But this would be looking for shorts. And up here at 41 cents looks like a pretty valid spot. Let's go to the daily before we stop looking at this. Yeah. I mean, right now you got a lot of liquidity possibly. To be aware. A lot of liquidity over here at 33, 35. But yeah, this could stall out at any moment. and start making its retrace. I doubt it will. This is probably some whale games. Some whale games here being played. What's the market cap? $113 million market cap. And just today, it was at $53 million. So literally within the past 24 hours, we saw over $50 million go into FLM. So there's something going on here that we don't know about. Whale games being played. $50 million doesn't just randomly go into a 250 ranked 250 market cap coin. So something sketchy, and it's high risk if you try to play with these whales. So keep that in mind. But interesting chart right here on FLM. FTM. Let's look at Phantom. Is it oversold? In the short term, could be. But ultimately, on FTM, you still have lower to go. Right? I wouldn't think about touching FTM until it comes down here at... I was never a fan of Phantom. Never touched it. Never did any DeFi on Phantom. Never really cared for it. Did go 100x though, so you can't hate on that. But it's having its full retracement down now. So is Phantom oversold now? I mean, listen, it's crashing like the rest of the market. It's already lost some major levels. Yeah, I mean, this is subject to everything else, but ultimately I think it's coming down to 15 to 10 cents. And this is where I would be looking for FTM. So we'll draw a circle here and leave it and see if the circle does actually get filled. How would you invest 40K now just starting out? Right now, I wouldn't put fresh capital into the market unless you're going to slowly dollar cost average into things like Bitcoin and ETH over time. Because then what you can go ahead and do is when the market flips bullish, you can convert that Bitcoin and ETH that you bought low into the low altcoins and then go ahead and flip them back into Bitcoin and ETH after they pump. But right now, I would say to be patient. And in terms of investing in crypto right now, understand that I think we are headed much lower on the macro time frames. So I wouldn't be eager to start throwing 5 figures capital into the market right now. So you'll probably see it drop by quite a bit, and it's going to take some time for it to go back up to where it was, where you could just wait, be patient, deploy it at near the bottom. You don't have to time the exact bottom, but I think we have lower to go here, right? Like I've talked about, I think we're headed to 22K here. If you want to invest some, maybe 25% of it at 22K, that would be a smart idea, but the bear market won't just end overnight and everything just start pumping, right? I think we have more pain here coming for the next few months, so don't be in a rush. We got Steve, Trucker Steve here. First time jumping on live, always listening to replays. Love your channel, love your work, buddy. Steve, Trucker Steve, thank you for tuning into the live stream. That comment makes my day that you're out there doing your work and you're listening to my replays. Thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate you being here. Much appreciated, Trucker Steve. By the way, right now we have over 100 viewers and only 80 likes. Smash up that like button. Get it up to par, please. Don saying, Phantom was shilled to the moon by Rand from Crypto Banter. He was on the advisor board and had an insider bag. Yeah, I mean, the more things that come to light about Rand, the more red flags go off. But, I mean, you gotta somewhat credit his grind with the channel, right? He does a good job running the channel. The only reason people go to Crypto Banter is because of Rand. Like, all the other dudes, yeah, they're good, but, the main thing with Crypto Banter is Rand. So he does a good job running it, but yeah, sketchy games he plays. Just totally, like, contradictory opinions. Like, he's advisor boards, he invests into projects early, and he shills them on his channel continuously. So, I mean, I'm not going to hate on anybody, but he does a good job running the channel, but some things he does are also questionable. Would Flow be a good buy now? Probably not. I doubt it. Down 95% from its high already. Okay, so we don't have any data lower. But yeah, I wouldn't, you know, a layer 1 like this right now, it's not the time to look into buying it. I would hold off on flow personally. Render. Currently down 94% from its all-time high. And again, it's one of those newer coins that kind of launched in the bull run, I believe. It's on another exchange with some more data. Okay, so here we have more data. My apologies. It launched on Binance in the bull run. So if we look on this weekly chart, most likely it will come down to this weekly demand zone. It already touched it. Probably will come and fill some more on RNDR. So I would be looking, you know, it could drop possibly another 20%, maybe even 35%. Could make even lower lows. Who knows what's going to happen in this bear market. But yeah, RNDR doesn't look great right now. So yeah, at the bottom, it's not, nothing will go straight up, right? Most likely it's going to accumulate here. So you have time. You have time with RNDR. Let's get some hype in the chat. Schwim, hi Connor, explain why you don't like Phantom. Well, I've never had anything against it. It's just that I made very solid gains, very solid money with other layer 1s where I never got into Phantom early or anything, so I just never chase after it. Right, I made great gains with Matic. Matic, my best play in crypto ever. Right, that was a 280x for me. Big gains on Harmony 1. You know, Terra was a huge gain for me, but a lot of that did get erased. I didn't take a lot of profit on Terra. I took it with Matic, though, which is good. So anyway, I was preoccupied with other investments of mine, which is why I never looked into Phantom. And as more things came to light with Phantom, like their like main developer leaving, and it's just like copy and paste of everything else happening on other chains. So it just didn't have any allure to me, and I just never bought any. I never used it, and yeah, nothing against it, but it just never ended up using it. To answer your question, Schwim, my apologies, Schwim. Good to see you here in the chat, by the way. And Rigoberto smashed up the like button, without a doubt, smashed up that like button. GMT. Another one that I would not be too eager to jump into. Right, I've shared my thoughts on GMT in my GMT video. You can go ahead and watch that if you haven't watched it here. And pretty much my thoughts were that, you know, over time it will trend down towards zero. It is a Ponzi tokenomics scheme, right? The only way for currently existing players to make money with it are for new players to come into the ecosystem. Now, I'm not hating on it. If you're making money with it right now, walking every day, that's good. Keep on doing it until you can't anymore. But if you're thinking about buying a pair of shoes and starting to walk every day to make money, you're probably being used for exit liquidity. Now, if you want to trade this token, that's another story, obviously. Just lost major macro support down here at 81 cents. Now headed lower. So if we want to find where this might go, we can use something like a fib and put some levels here, mainly the negative 0.27 and the 618 is what I'm looking for. So as you can see, our negative 0.27 fib pretty much came into play exactly. All right, which is why I love using the fib to find entries as well as profit targets. So if you were short, you would use this level as a target. And then you do have another one down here at 50 cents. Okay, so I would not be surprised to see it come down to 50. So keep that in mind. GMT. Now, if you wanted to look for some kind of entry on a short, we can go ahead and try to outline that here. First, let's mark our level. and 93. So our golden pocket would come into play at 91. And then your 38.2 is 82. Yeah, so I would look around here. I would look around here, and that looks good as well with this level. Okay, so it would look something like this. It's a pretty tight stop, around here. And you look for at least a 3-to-1, but you might be able to ride this down to down here to like 50 cents on GMT. But that's your GMT outlook right there. Crypto needs to go up. I don't think it's going to be going up anytime soon here, which is why I need to learn how to trade and learn how to make money in this market. I do teach you how to do that, by the way, inside of the Crypto Empire Premium Elite Trading course. You can find out all the information about the course right here on the official Crypto Empire website, link down in the description below. Which is the safest place to put my money in? So that your safest stablecoin will be USDC. Right, if you're thinking about a stablecoin, USDC is your safest one. All right, guys, with that being said, it's time to go ahead and start wrapping up this live stream. I do want to thank everybody for being here today. This was an awesome live. Of course, I will be going live every day with the Crypto Empire Morning Domination live stream, as well as usual regular content here at Crypto Empire. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that like button for the live stream. And let's see, we got Bob Franklin. Do you think EGLD is still good long term? Could be, but it's not my main layer one that I'm interested in, Bob. Good question, though. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend. This was a great live stream. Thank you for everybody for being here. I'll see you all in the next video. Be productive. Don't take on too much risk. Play smart. Be safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for attending. Connor